Human Deadeye, it's okay. I can walk myself. You don't need to protect me. I've got the Blaze Blade after all. True, but it's not full power anymore. Look, I'll take the shield off. Still, you need rest. Okay? I understand, but still, I don't need it. Still a little bit difficult. It still sounds like the next page is still slightly in there, but over time I'd imagine it would go, right? I think so, yeah. Look, let's just get out of sight, and then, well, then we can move on. Maybe try and think what's next. How you beat Void and all that. You know? Yeah, I understand. Gosh, you're more familiar with me than this place. I'm much older than you. Really strange. I haven't seen this place in so long, and the sky sort of looks like it's going back to normal, you know? Yeah, it doesn't look as, well, you know, like that, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's not black and red anymore. Look, let's just go over here. Yeah. You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just sorry. What do we get out of sight? Hang on. Human Deadeye, are you coming? Did you find a way? Yeah, you did. But we can hide out here, for a while before Void's troops find out that he can no longer connect to Shadow and try and find us. True. Although, he might be able to connect to Shadow. There's still slightly in there. I can hear it in my own voice. Indeed, but... oh well. Oh. Mind giving me a hand? I can't fly or do anything. I have no abilities. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it worked. Thanks. You should really put some fence around here. Although I guess it is for boats. Although it's only a tiny lake, so it doesn't really make sense. No, it doesn't, but oh well. So, we can hide out here for a little while, maybe get some game. Just think. So, I've been watching, but I still don't know much about you, because nor does Void or Shadow. What happens? Like, how are there two me's now? Although, you're not a player, but anyway. How are you like me? Long story, but I was a Deadeye from another dimension who was practically resurrected here so that I could save you. And, well, a person called Light Steve brought me here, and a guard known as the Corrected Sun, who've been against the Void for ever since you turned to Shadow, I guess. Huh. Strange, but okay. So, you're a me, but resurrected? I didn't know there were any more me's outside Shadow. Hang on, I'm gonna try and get rid of Shadow anyway. Yes, thank God. I think he's gone. Mostly gone. I can't hear him anymore. What, so you were resurrected by, what's his name, Light? I used to know like Steve. What? So, what's he like? Well, he doesn't sound anything like us, which is strange because, well, for some reason in this world, the majority of people sound like us. Um, Not really gonna question that, but he does not sound like us. He looks like a normal Steve, but he has one yellow eye, one, I think, grayish eye? I'm not sure. A scar on one of his eyes and wears armor. He's in a base that recently got destroyed just on the outskirts of the kingdom. So, yeah, yeah, that happened. Oh, well, lovely, I guess. Also, I have a question because I've barely been here. Is this kingdom on a different planet or something? Because the moon looks very close to us. I don't think the moon's supposed to look that large, although granted, I'm not from this world, so. And in my world, the moon is not supposed to be that close. Is that normal? Or. I don't know. I've never actually seen the moon, to be honest with you. I know what it looks like, but I've never truly seen it, so I can't help you with that one. You probably have to ask the other Steves or something, but I don't know where any of them are. But, yeah. Say, have you ever heard of a Rift Steve? Because he knows a lot about you and me and a lot of people. Rift Steve? I recognize the name. What's he do? Don't know that. All I know is that, well, he might have said it, but I think I forgot. He was sort of talking about how he was like looking over us and he had two brothers. Never actually mentioned their names or anything, but yeah, I guess. So that happened. The name sounds really familiar, but I just can't put my finger on where I can remember it, I guess. I remember a Steve that has referred to Phantom Steve and no, not Phantom Steve, Rift Steve. I mean, someone who's talked about Phantom Steve before. I know them. There was a Steve I once met called Phantom Steve. He was talking about his brother and then said Rift Steve, but then we had to cut the conversation short. And was Rift Steve in like his own dimension? Yeah, he was. It didn't look how I'd imagine it though. It was sort of time-based. Time Steve. Time-based? Like, was it made out of like sort of this wood, or actually no, with the floor sort of this wood, brick, black glass thing coming out the middle, clocks on the walls and stuff. It's sort of like that. It's actually like that, yeah. How did you know? That realm isn't his original dimension. That dimension was originally Time Steve's dimension. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but Time Steve. Yeah, that used to be his dimension. It was the time dimension. What did this Rift Steve call it? He didn't necessarily give it a name, but he did say that it wasn't always his world. He mentions that, well, I don't know, but he mentions that it wasn't originally his world. It was just, it was originally his. It was someone else's, but I don't know. But anyway, wait, Is that the time Steve's mentioned that you were talking about before? It should be. It sounds like the time dimension where Time Steve lived. He was born there. Well, not born there, but he created it and lived there. I don't know, you. While I was watching and what was happening, Shadow mentioned something. He said something about you being connected to the sword. What was it about? Yeah, I am connected to the sword. Yes, I am connected to the sword. I'm connected to the sword so much so that, how do I put it? I am part of the sword. When you were infected, the sword with its last bit of blazed energy created a rift that technically got a past that and connected it to the sword so the soul would come back and save you. But there's an issue. What is it? The issue is that you and the sword won't get your full power back if I don't merge with the sword. Merge with the sword? How would you do that anyway? Wait, no, that doesn't even make sense. You can't merge with the sword. It's not possible. It is if you were once part of the sword. And I was, and well, the sword needs its power. True, but I need people to help me. I can't be left alone. Look, I can barely handle myself. If you leave, just because this sword needs its power, I'm gonna be left alone. There'll be no chance of me defeating Void anyway. Isn't it better if we're together? We can fight the Void by himself, although I guess you are very new to this world. I guess you probably won't know how to fight that well or anything. I'd assume you weren't trained by anyone. No, I wasn't. But you do realize the whole sword absorbing, merging with me sort of thing isn't my choice. I will eventually disappear. I won't have a choice. But you need the strength of the sword now more than later. I understand it's not a nice thing to happen, but currently it's the only way. Okay. How do we do it? How do we merge you with the sword? Just watch. Did I? Try and use your power of the sword. Try and make me float further into the air. Okay. It's working. Right. This should be correct. Try and use the power of the sword more. Yes, it's working, Deadeye. You're doing it right. Deadeye, I'm sorry it has to end like this, but you know better than anyone that you need the strength of the sword. I'll see you in the afterlife, my friend. Deadeye? Human Deadeye? I haven't known you for long, but I'm happy that I was at least able to know you for long enough. I hope to see you one day. When I fall, I hope to see you in the spirit world. I hope to see everyone that I've lost inside that world. I will see you soon, friend. Goodbye, Deadeye. I'll remember what we've done.